Oh, right. What we're going to look at today? I've used this a little bit now. It's Asec and Legge pin and cam decoder from our good friend GJ Locks. Now it's a dead handy tool. Dead handy tool. Well, I bought this for myself. I'm not endorsing it. I'm not paid to show it. It's a nice handy tool because these little buggers. There's a new style Legge, well, not new, but compared to the old black one. It won't work on the old ones, but it's on the newer ones. I think it's from 2014, I think. Right, so, Legge. H levers can be buggers to bind. Really difficult to bind sometimes. So you want something that can help you out. And this will also pick the Asec as well. Same sort of principle, H levers. So it's pretty good. It's not just dedicated to one lock brand. It will do both. And probably a few more. There's loads of videos out there on it. A fantastic one that I did see and I learned quite a lot of actually before I even purchased this tool was from Locks in the City. Had a great tip about putting a bit of talc on there, you know what, and it works. So thanks for that. I really appreciate that tip. It did work, and we'll talk about that because we have to work out what pins we're going to put in this pin and cam decoder. So I'm not going to go into massive detail. Gav did a really good video on it as well. I think Fortress Locksmith did a really good one as well. I just want to go for myself, but I wanted to let you know my interpretations of this tool. I've already got the Fortress Yale and Strongbot one. Really enjoyed it. Had some really good results. So I thought I'm going to give it a go for the Asec and Legge. Okay, so we're going to have a quick whiz. And see how we get on with it, really. I've got neither keys for these, and I don't know what the codes are, so we're going to go from scratch. We're going to impression a key, obviously using a bit of putty. The kit all comes with a kit, like you say. Locks in the City. I think he did a fantastic video. Right, so the first thing you got to do with these is obviously fill in that space full of putty. Right, so there's your putty stuff here. Okay. Get a chunk of this stuff. Now I've used it quite a bit, as you can see already, and I got some really good results out of it. To be fair, I was quite pleased. Sped the job up, especially on those little buggers that do not want to bind or pick. You get them. So let's try and squish this plasticine in as much as we can. Get a little bit more. Come on, you little bugger, get out of it. Let's get a bit more. Whack it all in there. Give a good old squashing. Squash that bugger in. Get it nice and flat in there. And we're going to trim it up in a minute so it looks a little better than that. So we end up with a dirty, great big lump of Play-Doh. Right, that's no good like that, so you can't use it like that because it's not going to fit in, is it? That's just me and my fat finger scenario. So we're going to trim this little bugger up. It all comes with this kit, all the little razors, trimmers, everything all comes in there. Let's give this a good old trim down. We can save that. Move this out of the way here. I'm going to trim down here. Save that little bit. I do need to get some more of that stuff actually, because I know I will use it so much. I'm a bit heavy-handed with all this stuff, like everything in life. You can trim all this down. You make a nice, neat job, because you're going to get a better result if you can get it as neat as you possibly can. Right, so yeah, it looks better than just a great big blob now, doesn't it? Now, I'm sure Locks in the City, his tip was, and it does make complete sense, and I thought, why has no one ever told me this? Bit of talcum powder on there, it stops all that stickiness sticking in the keyway and gives you a better reading. So we'll get a bit of talc on there. Get some more talc on there. That's it. We need a tiny amount. That bottle's going to last forever. So all I've got to do is just brush it in. It takes that stickiness off it. So there you go. A little dusted up. And now what we've got to do, we're going to get this key. We're going to go in and impression it from the back. Okay. So I'm going to drop him in there. Now with all that talc on there, it should be okay to go in there. And we're just going to lift it up on the back. And we're going to see, wiggle him out. What we got? What we got? Whoa. And that's the impression. Right. So, a lot of similars here. A lot of similar. That's the back of the bolt. So we're looking at these first 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, great big tip. I was told 3 and 5 are always going to be the same. So that's going to save you messing about so much. So let's have a look. Now these two look quite high. 3 and 5 are the same. And that's a little bit lower. So where's the little chart? There's the little chart. Let's have a look and compare chart to key. Now, 1 and 2, first 1 and 2 look quite high up. So they do look actually, focus, they look bloody the same. Oh, yeah, I'm difficult. You rarely get two the same together, but I'm sceptical. They do look like 6s to me, but I'm not sure. I'd say the first 2 are 6s. And focus. And the next one's only 1 cut down. So that's got to be a 5. And that's 1 cut down. So that would be a 4. And then obviously 3 and 5 are the same. So that's got to be a 5. Yeah. So while looking at this, I'm hazard a guess that the first 2 are either... Oh, bloody hell. They're 6s, they ain't 5s. I would say maybe, at my guess, 5, 6. And then that gives 5, 4 or 5. Oh God, here we go. Let's write this down. Then that make no sense to me. So let's have a look. See, do they do confuse you? So we first, the thought one was either a 5 or a 6. So I'll put number 1. I'm going to go for. Don't look the same. I'm going to go for a 5. Number 2, I'm going to gamble at a 6. Number 3 is a 5. Number 4 is I would go for a 3. No, it's too high for a 3. A 3 or a 4. I want to go for 3. Okay, my guesstimate is number 4 is a 3. And number 5 has got to be the same as 3, so that's got to be another 5. So I'm guessing from that region, and the tap did help. So we want those levers in that lock under there, if I'm getting right, is a 5, 6, 5, 3, 5. Now, shall we see how far in or out I am? So I'll put it in the vice and we'll get cracking and load the things up with pins. Okay then, let's load it up. So what we got then? First one we thought was a 5. So get my pin. Bit of lube on there, drop it in. That's a 5. Now we're going to make sure it's in the right place. Yeah, I don't want it to be the wrong way around, so that's fine. I'll leave that there. First one, I thought it was a 5 on my little bit of paper. Second one, number 2, we guessed at a 6. Let's drop that in. There we go. There's the first one. There's the second one. Jiggling about. I know we've got it in the right place. Test every one. Right, third one we thought was a 5. So back on number 3, 5. Yeah, we've got it again. Test it in the right place. Yeah. Third one's a 5. Now we reckon the fourth one was a 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Got the pin. They are simple to use. They've got little tweezers and stuff in there to put them in, but I find it easier with my little fat fingers. But that's just me. That is where it needs to be. We're starting to build up the bit in, and we said that 3 and 5 are always the same, and it was a 5. Just coincidence is a 5. So 5 is a 5 pin. Bit of lube on there. I'm going to drop him in. Now, if it's the right code, there we go. It's all the way it needs to be. I'm set back. It's the right code. It'll open. Okay, so proofing the pudding. I'm out somewhere, so we've got to sort that out. But now that's not a disaster. It's not a disaster. Let's move this over a bit. It's not a complete disaster because Pin and cam, you can move up to 2 pin heights. So let's get this, start from this side because this is the bolt on the left. Let's find number 1. Try number 2. Try number 3. Get number 3 in there. Oh, he's solid, he is. Number 4. Oh, there's a bit of movement on the 4. Get on to the 5th one. 5th one's solid. So let's go back onto off tension. Oh, bit of movement then on 3. So that seems to be moving now. That's solid. Off tension. Back onto. Oh, you can even drop 3. Let's try and get back onto 2. That seems solid. Let's try back onto 1. So 1, there's a fair bit of movement compared to 2. And then let's have a look at 3. This 3 is solid. You can be overlifted now. 4. Off tension. 5 is solid as well. So just nudge 1. So we're out somewhere. See, I caught him on the back. So we're out somewhere. So let's have a look at the top. Where do we think was out? So 1 seems to have a bit more movement than 2. So we put 5 in and 1, didn't we? So we're going to take 5 out. So pop the number 5 out, which was on the 1, and we're going to put a number 6 in there. We're going to go up 1. So we can eliminate that movement. Okay, put more lube on there. So now we've got 6, 6, 5, 3, 5 loaded up in that tool. I'm going to go through, make sure he's back, and we'll start again. Oh, he's not more solid now. Yeah, he's solid. He's solid. Oh, so that was number 3, needed a little movement. Was it number 3 or was it number 4? Let's have a look. Number 4, sorry. Let's check it again. Turn him down, it's solid again. So we're going to cycle through. It's solid again. Make sure this is out the way. If it's half-arsed, what's going to happen is going to lift it up slightly and you're going to get false reading. So we're going to go for 1 solid. 2. Let's get the numbers on, sorry. Oh, step to 4. You can get confused on the numbers. I say it's good. Solid. Solid. Where's number 3? Solid. There's number 3. Difficult to see there, but he's solid. Nothing on 3. Drop that back down now. You can see the 4, but it's actually the line that's on the 4. Now move 4, and we're open. Yeah. So they are a little bit tricky, but it takes a bit of practice to get through it. So let's change out the 4th one. Let's snip him out. Sometimes I need to get out because I do it with my fingers. We're going to get number 5 out first, so I can get onto number 4. You got those little pincer things that you can use in the box. So we're going to change number 4 to a 4 instead of a 3. So we're going to put it back in number 3. We're going to get number 4 as a 4. I'm going to drop him in. Put 5 back, which we will grease on 5. 5 is a 5. Yeah. Make sure everything's A-OK. Yeah. Okay, make sure it's set, pop him in, and there you go. So it was a bit of a, What are we on, 6 minutes something, a bit of a fifth. I got it wrong just slightly, and you probably will do when you're impressioning. The more I practice with it, the more I get to use it, the more I'm going to understand the actual code. So there, it works perfectly. Always remember, make sure that's set, because if I turn that way a little bit, it won't open because it's lifting them slightly. I've got to turn him back. Yeah, so don't even brush it with your hand. Even the slightest movement it's going to throw you. So this will work just like a key. And that's the code, yeah. So don't expect to just shove them in and open everything like a magician. It's going to take a bit of understanding of lever heights, pin configurations. I got the impression slightly wrong. You're going to, but you got a pin and cam to overcome that. And then we're going to go through your feeling through it's stiff, through there's movement. Make sure you get your numbers correctly, because you've got to get them bang on lined up, and you can always be lifting the wrong one. Little tips that I've found with this tool. So, guys, if you like the video, remember, put the old thumbs up. Support us. I'll put that 2-in-1 in for this week's price draw. Like I said, I've only got about 15 or 16 of these left. I will be not making any more because of the price of steel is too high. And whoever does win it, let me know if you want it long tipped as it comes or cut down, because it's going to be your surprise. My way of saying thank you to you lot. Guys, stay safe. And anybody else had any more experience with these kind of tools, let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback and how you got on with pinning cams, so we can share with everybody else. So guys, stay safe, stay well, above all stay legal, and I'll see you very, very soon. Ta-da!